Hello viewers, welcome to Kia Diagnostics. Today we have a 2007 Subaru Forester. In this video I'm going to show you how to remove and replace front brake pads and the brake rotor. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove the tire. So I'm going to grab the gun so we can remove the tire. So let's get the tire out first. Alright, so we got the tire removed. So now let's remove the brake caliper. Before we remove the caliper bolt, we're gonna have to retract the caliper piston first. I'm gonna do that by inserting this small pry bar here and prying the caliper towards me. Now as you're doing this, you have to be careful, because if you do it wrongly, you can crack the caliper piston. So you have to get a good grab and push evenly. So that's good. So now we're gonna undo these two caliper bolts, and these caliper bolts are 14mm bolts. Alright, so we got the caliper bolt removed. So now we can lift up the caliper and get it out of the way. I'm gonna hang the caliper over here on the strut. Now you have to make sure that you hang the caliper with a bungee cord. Don't let the caliper hang on its hose. Now we're gonna remove these pads. So now the next step is removing the caliper bracket. We're gonna undo these two 17mm bolts to get the caliper bracket out. So here comes the first caliper bracket bolt. So now I'm going to remove the second one. So the second caliper bracket bolt is removed. So now we can remove the caliper bracket. So the caliper bracket is removed. So now we can remove the brake rotor. This rotor is actually overheated. So we got the brake rotor out. Now the next step is going to be cleaning this hub flange. So we're going to clean this flange. Alright, so that's good. This is cleaned. So we're gonna apply a little bit of anti-seize compound on this flange over here. Alright, so now the next step is gonna be installing our brake rotor. I'm gonna use some brake clean to clean up the new brake rotor. So we're gonna wipe the new brake rotor down with some brake clean to remove the oil that they put in at the factory so these rotors don't rust. Okay, so that's good. So now we're gonna install our brake rotor. We're gonna put this axle nut over here to hold the rotor in place. All right, so that's good. So now let's go to the bench so we can prep our brake caliper bracket, and then we're gonna come back here to put everything back together. All right, so we're gonna prep our caliper bracket. We're gonna remove these pad springs, these old ones. We're gonna get rid of these. Okay, so now we're gonna use our wire brush to clean this up. All right, so that's good. Now we're gonna lube these caliper pins. We have to make sure that these caliper pins slide in and out easily, because we don't want these caliper pins binding. So as you can see, this one is sliding easily, so it's going in and out without any effort. So that's good. We're gonna lube the other one. All right, so that's good. So now we're gonna install new pad springs. All right, so we got our caliper bracket prepped and ready to go. Okay, the pins are lubed. They're sliding in and out easily. We got new pad springs. So now let's take this to the vehicle and install it. All right, before we install our caliper bracket, I'm gonna lube our brake caliper first. Now let's install our caliper bracket. Alright, so now I'm gonna torque the caliper bracket bolt. The caliper bracket bolt torque spec is 59 foot-pound. So right there, I hope you heard the torque wrench click. So right there, that's torqued. So now we're gonna torque the other one. So right there. Good. So both caliper bracket bolts are torqued. So now we're gonna install our brake pads. Alright, so now we're gonna install our brake caliper. So now we're gonna torque these two caliper bracket bolts. The torque spec for the caliper bracket bolt is 19 foot-pound. So right there, that's torqued. So now we're gonna torque this one. Alright, so we got all the bolts torqued down. So now we're gonna install the tire. So now we're gonna torque the lug nuts. The torque spec for the lug nuts is 85 foot-pound. Alright guys, I'm gonna leave this right over here. This is how you remove front pads and the brake rotor on this 2007 Subaru Forester. I hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, give it a thumb down. But if you do, you gotta tell me why so we can make better videos in the future. If this is your first time here, subscribe to the channel. Ring the bell so you can get notified every time I upload a new video. If you have any comments, questions, criticism, leave them in the comment box. Thanks for watching. See you next time.